Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Friday, May the 14th, 2021. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful day here, and it's absolutely gorgeous, especially when you had this wonderful day. Yesterday is the most happiest day of our lives that Joe Biden and the CDC guidance had told us that the people who are fully vaccinated will not wear a mask at all. People who fully vaccinate in the next 2 weeks will not be wearing the mask, and then 2 weeks after that will no longer wear a mask. And although I just got fully vaccinated, I just got vaccinated yesterday. With one right arm, one dose in my right arm. And yes, it is. It is a good day. It's a good day to enjoy it. Enjoy what you can and enjoy not being outdoors. We know more and discuss more before us. Here's what's going on my phone. On this time, it says, and I knew about this all about. I knew everything's going on and on for sure. And yes, it is what it is in a way. But here's what you need to know. Choosing safer activities. From the CDC guidance, it says people who are fully vaccinated. It says walk, run, wheelchair walk, or back outdoors with members of your household. Let me say this again. People who are unvaccinated people must wear a mask. People who are full vaccinated don't need to wear a mask. Now here's some outdoor activities. Now. Walk, run, wheelchair walk, or back outdoors with members of your household. Attendance at small outdoor gathering of fully vaccinated friends and family. Attendance at small outdoor gathering with full vaccinated and unvaccinated people. Dine at the outdoor restaurant with friends from the multiple households. Attend crowded outdoor event like a live performance parade or sports events. Now the indoor, as you have said this before, the indoor says visit a barber or hairstylist. Go to uncrowded indoor shopping center or museum. Attend a small indoor gathering of fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people from multiple households. Go to indoor movie theater. Attend a full capital worship service. Sing in an indoor chorus. Eat in an indoor restaurant or bar. And participate in the indoor highly expensive exercise class. Yes. Now, I know people who are being fully vaccinated before. Those are the CDC guidelines. That's said, and that's what I did, and when I did, I put it on Facebook so people can know this. People can know this for sure. It's a choosing safe and get a COVID-19 vaccine, and that's what it is. People who are being fully vaccinated turn green, and people who are unvaccinated, well, anyway, they can do everything they want, and that's for sure. They'll be unvaccinated with people that we had. The green people in the household and members in anybody's household, these are unvaccinated people, but you can see their face. They don't need to wear a mask. They can walk one wheelchair walk or back outdoors with members of your household. They don't need a mask. They don't need a mask at all as long as you have been unvaccinated, just a household people or somebody else's household. You can attend a small outdoor gathering with fully vaccinated family and friends. If you're unvaccinated, when people were fully vaccinated, they were unfully vaccinated for real. Now, attending a small outdoor gathering with fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people, that's why you continue. If you're unvaccinated, you can wear a mask for real. And when they're we're fully vaccinated, they don't need to wear a mask for sure. Dine at an outdoor restaurant with friends from multiple households. That's why when people were fully vaccinated, don't need to wear a mask. No more mask manning. If unless people you had an unvaccinated people, you need to wear a mask when it's yellow. That's safe. And then attend a crowd outdoor event like a live performance parade or sports event. Yes, people get fully vaccinated. Don't not at all. Don't ever wear the mask. Not at all. If you're fully vaccinated, if you're unvaccinated, you may wear the mask. At least safe. Now, in indoor, visit a barber or hairstylist. If you get fully vaccinated, no, then there's no need to wear a mask. No need for you to wear a mask. And it says the yeah, and the unvaccinated people should wear a mask. That gets turns yellow. Go to an uncrowded indoor shopping center or museum. That means if people get fully vaccinated people, that means no mask. Yellow, unvaccinated people. Turns yellow, that means you have to wear a mask. Attending a small indoor crowd gathering of fully vaccinated, unvaccinated people for the multiple household. People, and they will, if you're fully vaccinated, you can attend a small indoor gathering of fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people from multiple households. Now, people unvaccinated will wear the mask. As always, it turns yellow. Now, go to the indoor movie theater, attend a fully capital water service, sing in the indoor chorus, eat an indoor restaurant or bar, participate in an indoor high exercise class. That means when people get fully vaccinated, no mask, people turn red, unvaccinated, wouldn't wear a mask. So that's what the CDC guidelines says that can to remember. To remember all the stuff that goes around. What goes around comes around. For sure, it is absolutely unbelievable. And I believe this will work. I believe this works. For real. Come on, people. Now, let's go to talking about Governor Will Cooper. And he said, Governor Will Cooper news conference today, that North Carolina lifts most masks. It was 2 hours ago. That was 2 hours ago, for real. Here's what he said. Now, Governor Will Cooper says that the news that we have seen, that's for sure. That's what has happened for all this time. All this time. And now, North Carolina Governor Will Cooper announced on Friday that the state is lifting all mandatory capital gathering limits and physical distancing requirements. In fact, immediately, most mandatory mask mandates will also be left. We can take this step today because the science shows our focus on getting people vaccinated is working, Cooper said. But to keep moving forward and to make sure that we keep saving lives, more people need to get vaccinated. In most settings, indoors or outdoors, the state will no longer require North Carolinians to wear a mask or be physical distancing. Cooper said the mask mandate will remain in effect on public transportation support in childcare, in schools, in prisons, and in certain public health settings. NCDHS continues to recommend that unvaccinated people wear masks. Anyone who feels better protected or has received advice from a doctor should come to wear a mask, Cooper said. I had a message for people who have not been vaccinated, and especially those who will choose not to wear a mask. Get vaccinated now, he said. If you don't listen to me, ask your doctor and do what your doctor tells you. Now, Cooper previously announced that the state will likely back off on most COVID-19 restrictions on June the 1st, but experts that he wanted 2-3 adults to be vaccinated, 3.5 adults to be vaccinated before he did so. The governor said on Friday today that NCDHS changed its course because of the new CDC guidance. The CDC releasing guidance says today, saying that fully vaccinated people could stop wearing masks outdoors in crowds and in most indoor settings. The guidance still calls for wearing masks in crowds indoor settings such as buses, planes, hospitals, prisons, and homeless shelters. Now, the NCDWS Secretary Dr. Mandy Cohen also said people who are fully vaccinated don't have to quarantine and don't have to get a COVID-19 test if they have been exposed unless they have symptoms. Unvaccinated people will have to continue to do these things under the most rigid guidance. Now, Dr. Cohen's remarks says, I am so proud of the incredible progress we have made in beating back with this pandemic. Cohen said, vaccines continue to be incredibly effective at protecting individuals from this terrible virus. And as more and more people get vaccinated, the results shows in our stable measure with lower cases, lower hospitalizations, and lower deaths. Masks are still recommended now for everyone in large crowds and venues, such as sporting events and concerts in North Carolina. The state is asking public-facing business to post signs to remind guests to physically distancing themselves and wear masks if they are not vaccinated. Businesses can still continue to require anyone to wear a mask. The Colgan family of companies, the parent company of Harris Teeter, say in a statement that it continues to require anyone in stores to wear masks. As we have throughout the pandemic, we are reviewing current safety practices, the CDC's latest guidance, and subsequent feedback from accessory to guide the next phase of our public, the statement said. Now, as you may see, there is no way in the world, that this pandemic will continue. And there's no way in the world. Now, the deaths are slow. I'm not surprised. That the deaths have been low. I'm not surprised that the cases are going to be low. And this is going to be in the beginning. For real. This is going to be the beginning. June 1st, Will Cooper, as governor, the Democratic governor, Will Cooper, will ask people to lift off their masks if they are fully vaccinated. For real. That's all it counts. And that's what he's asking them. That's what he's asking for. Remove the mask if you are vaccinated. For real. Okay, let's move on. And especially, let's move on. And now we have to see. Now this is last year was a nightmare. This year is the only it's just the beginning. So how do they do it? Well, anyway, it is what it is, and that is this is just unbelievable. This is just unbelievable that the CDC said that. It's unbelievable that the CDC said that. For real, for months we have seen a lot of people getting vaccinated every single day, and it's year. It all begins in late December. That Donald Trump knows that they could get vaccinated, but guess what? He's not here no more. Donald Trump wants the vaccines. He wants 5 million vaccines, millions and millions of vaccines. But he's not there no more. He's not in the White House no more. Joe Biden, he took office, knows about all the stuff. He wants people to wear masks. He wants people to get vaccinated. And he did. He told them to get. That's what we're trying to do. Get vaccinated, get fully vaccinated, and stop wearing that mask. And also you have to forget that it's just at the beginning. It's just at the beginning at all. And I can tell you this and tell you that today was a good day. It is a good day for real. And yes, it is. That's how people had did this a long time ago. That's how CDC had told us a long time ago. So, in the end of the day, there are going to be 3 million vaccinated each day. Anyway, let's take a look for the deal. Let's take a look at the deal. Oh my gosh. Looks like this one's about to go off. So, let's take a look at what went down after the last bit. Let's take a look at what went down. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Oh, what a surprise. Whew! What a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. What a surprise. I can tell you this. Now, here it is. It says, if you're going to sup. Now, here's what they said. If you're going to Starbucks to talk, if you're going to Starbucks or Target, bring your mask. But let me slow down. My voice keeps messing up. If you're going to Starbucks or Target, bring your mask. But if you swing by Trader Joe's, you can leave it in the car. Assuming you are fully vaccinated, of course. That said, if you're talking to public transportation to get there, you need to mask up for the to buy. After 405 days of order every man, woman, and child to wear a mask, the Center for Disease Control preventing stomping much of the nation this week, including health experts. But they recommended that vaccinated Americans can most ditch the mask. The decision left businesses, governors, and schools scrambling to respond in a Moses hard-party of rules of mass, depending upon which state, country, or store enforcement is in. The new CDC proposal will also raise serious questions. Can employees require proof of vaccination before work goes free? Should business ask protesters to present a proof upon entry? Could teens able for the vaccine be denied interest to be a classroom without a mask if they aren't vaccinated? Governor said there wasn't briefly advice on the plan, despite 24 states and the District of Columbia having some sort of statewide bans made in place at the time of the announcement. We were as surprised as anyone by the CDC's announcement, learning about it through the press, says Republican Governor Chris Sumner, New Hampshire, calling CDC messages in recent months inconsistent, convoluted, and never changing. In Maine, Governor General Mills told reporters she was anxious to hear from the CDC how to distinguish between vaccinated the unvaccinated people, but by Friday, Mills announced she was on board and that the state would adopt the CDC guidance as state property. Several health experts also say will call off guard, ensuring these mask recommendations will come when more Americans were fully vaccinated. Nearly 36% of the U.S. population is vaccinated, and the pace of shots had decided either it would be prudent to wait until everyone who is willing, age 12 and up, has had opportunity to be fully vaccinated around July 1st. And Lindsay Miller and virus transmission experts at Virginia Tech. Dr. Leon Green, an emergency physicality and resident professor of health policy and management at the George Washington University's Marketing School of Public Health, tweeted, "I'm still storming at the CDC decision." Now, the White House too claimed to be unwilling of the question of what the new recommendation will be, making it the case that the CDC came to its conclusion without political pressure. Press Secretary Jane Prescott said only a small number of people at the White House knew about the proposed Wednesday night. The White House was informed of that decision just to give people assistance of that. Prescott told Reports Friday. When asked what the CDC guidance means for Biden's executive order that made its people be warned of federal property, Prescott said it may take a few days for any possible change, but she said it sets the guidelines will be the guide. We're working to implement those guidelines across the government, she said. Several big chain stories also seen a surprise, following up tense statements that mask mandates will remain in place until they had a chance to reveal the new recommendations and determine which business might be subject to the local matters. Okay? Now, let's go this to the hospital. We're gonna finish this right now, shall we? Okay. Where are we at now? So, we're gonna skip to that one now. Under the new recommended, people who are fully vaccinated immediately shall feel safe removing their masks in almost all circumstances, even indoors and in a crowd. The guidelines call for masks to still be worn on planes, trains, and buses, as well as homeless shelters, hospitals, and prisons. While the CDC listed its decision was grounded in science, it seems to the doctors that it was unparalleled to answer the questions that will come with it. In an interview with NPR's All Things Considered, Rescuers said the recommendation will trigger the reveal of our guidance. Now, what we really need to do now as an agency is come all on the guidance, not just for travel, but for schools and for camps and for child care centers and for all the guidance that we have out there. And that is going to be the work of the weeks ahead that we had in the agency. Witnesses told NPR on Thursday. John Brunstoner, Chief Environmental Officer at Boston Children's Hospital, and an ABC News contributor, said one primary concern is that the U.S. is still experiencing a disease transmission with more than 35,000 COVID cases a day. Also, some vulnerable in popularity, including children, don't have the option of getting vaccinated. That puts everyone on a whole system, and many people in the business confused on how exactly to stay safe, he said. Americans are feeling incredible response, President said. And look, it's just the people of the world we live in, and it's just what it is. They know they want to take our masks off. I know they want to take our masks off, but they need to get fully vaccinated first. They need to get fully vaccinated first. Now let's go to this, and now we gotta go here, and now we're gonna take a look at this. The United States does given 2,267 million fully vaccinated people, but 119 million that pulls the popular of fully vaccination, 36.3%. In North Carolina, those given 7.65 million fully vaccinated, 3.52 million, and the popular fully vaccinated, 33.6 million. And that is what it is. Folks, I'm out of time. It's nice talking. It's nice sharing and enjoying this beautiful day. And this is the Joseph Cruz Show. I'll be back Monday to talk about. And for sure, if you're inside, please be safe out there. Enjoy the day. And please, enjoy my show. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. With love, peace, and soul. And I see you Monday. But till then, have a great weekend, everybody. See you Monday.